Hi, everyone. So we're going to do a part two to the review I did a few days ago on this Wild Turkey Jimmy Russell 70th anniversary release 8-year-old bourbon, which I thought was fantastic. As I mentioned on that video, I wanted to kind of compare it to the regular Wild Turkey 101. This is a, an amped up, refined version of that, basically. But I didn't have any Wild Turkey 101 on me. Didn't necessarily want to buy a whole bottle of it because I kind of expect it's going to be better, and right now I'd rather have that. But in any event, I was looking for a sample, went to Total Wine today, found exactly that, amongst other things, but definitely that is what I needed. I know Bourbon Barry did a great video, blind comparison on this a few days ago, and he thought that the Russell's 70th anniversary release just had more flavor, and certainly not going to replicate that. Who can beat a Bourbon Barry video? I mean, that's just, his videos are amazing all the time. But I just said, I figured I'm not going to do this blind. I'll just do this straight up, just put the glasses in there. I just want to do this for myself because I am very curious. I know he found that this one's better. I'm expecting I probably would think, the same thing, but, who knows? So the reason I would expect that is the following. So here's the differences. They're both 101 proof. This is a, an amped up, refined version of this, basically. But you have basically the factor is that there's two factors. Number one, this is an 8-year-old age statement, but supposedly they also have a blend, added-in blend of 8 to 9-year-old whiskey in this blend, whereas this one is supposed to be in the range of 6 to 8 years old. Whenever I hear that, I kind of take maybe I'll take the lower end of that, 6 to 7 years old. I think on average, you'd probably say that the whiskey in here is on average maybe around 2 years older or so than in here. And also, the other thing for this release is that supposedly these the barrels used in this blend are taken from some of the preferred rick houses of Jimmy Russell, whereas this is just a straight blend. So that's kind of the difference. I'm very curious to see how they taste side by side. So not doing a blind, just going to pour them up and let's get started. Okay, so we got this all poured up. Just want to point something out. First of all, when this is the sample, but in the regular bottle, same design. Wild Turkey 101 is the same, basically the same design, same shape bottle, similar label, same exact cork. The more important difference I want to point out is the 750 Wild Turkey 101 in New Jersey ranges in price basically from $27 to $29, whereas I got this for $47, and I understand it ranges probably from $47 to $50. So basically, you're looking at another $20 for the special release, but you take into account it is a special release, take into account that it's probably on average maybe another, even to be conservative, 1.5 to 2 years older on average, and with whiskey from special rick houses preferred by Jimmy Russell. I can easily see that accounting for the difference. But let's see what we really think. Put them side by side. Again, there's no blind. I know which one's which. I'm just going to go straight. Start with the 101 first. Nose. It's pretty close. My sense of smell isn't great today. I have a slight cold, so maybe that's not the best measure. I think I'm getting a little more aroma out of this glass, which is the special release. Let's go in for the taste. Cheers. Let's give this one a taste. Okay, the taste is definitely what I'm not getting on the nose. I'm definitely getting on the taste. This special release, there is definitely more robust, more well-rounded, deeper flavor coming out of this one than this one. Let's try this again. And this. For sure. Absolutely, for sure. It's clear. I would have picked this up in a blind also, but I just did it straight up like this. As far as the color, it looked fairly similar. I didn't really notice. Well, you know what? Actually, this one may be a drop darker, ever so slightly. You have to look really close, but that would make sense then if it was slightly older bourbon. Let's do this one more time. Cheers. One more time. But I was getting into that time, trying to get how it finishes. This flavor is just, aside from just both having them, I think these both As I've said before, this is the most potent 101 proof I think you'll ever taste. Very, very potent. But I think the flavor is just more refined in the special release than in the 101. It is a more refined version of the 101. The flavor is definitely more well developed. I guess that's the best way to say it. So it definitely makes sense. I would expect that, but now I kind of side by side, I can kind of see that. So in that particular case, I am certainly happy. We did fine with, look, the Wild Turkey 101 is wonderful, I like that, but when you have a special release like this, I'd rather, at the moment, get into this one. So there you have it. It does make sense, as it should. The price point difference, $20 more, I think that's fair. The taste is definitely more refined in this one. It's a special release, special barrel, special rickhouses, older whiskey. It's not like, the price difference isn't that dramatic, but yeah, I think this makes sense. Cheers, take care, thanks for watching.